Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isabel. I'm an author, speaker, blogger, and I love to talk about spirituality and eco-fashion. Those are two of my main passions. I'm wearing a secondhand blouse that I found this summer while I was traveling in Quebec, and I love talking about this because I think Mother Nature needs us now more than ever to be more conscious about our consumption habits. So today I wanted to talk about the awakening symptoms, the symptoms of a spiritual awakening. I went through a massive awakening between 2015 and 2017, and I went through a rough patch. So if you're going through that right now, I'm here for you, and I wanted to talk about this very important issue because I think all of us, the whole planet, is awakening to a new way of being. We're all awakening to this new era, the era of light. We're going towards the Aquarian age, and as a result, our bodies are transforming, the earth, the planet is transforming, and it requires a dose of faith and comprehension as to what is currently happening. So if you're going through an awakening, essentially, it's your soul that's awakening you to where you must go, where you must be, and who you must become or unbecome. Let me explain. If you are going through an awakening, chances are you were going in this direction. Your whole life, you had planned your life, you had a career, a relationship, a house. You had this life that you had created for yourself. And when you start the spiritual awakening journey, it's basically your soul putting the brakes on this controlling part of your mind and your personality who's trying to control life. And your soul is basically pushing you into a new direction, the direction that you were meant to take this whole time. But you didn't know this because you had your ego. Your ego was planning things for you. You wanted to be someone in the eyes of society, maybe your parents, your family. But the truth of the matter is that you have gifts. You have gifts, you have talents, you have an essence, and all of this is coming to the surface to be expressed fully in this new era of light. So but your soul is basically awakening you to the fact that you were going in this direction, but now you must go in this direction. And it's also creating all kinds of symptoms in your body because our bodies are becoming more light, filled with light. They're becoming crystalline. And so it's creating basically havoc in your life. So you might feel lost, you might feel depressed, you might be feeling worried about your finances, about money, what's going to happen to me. You might have lost your job, you might be in the middle of a divorce, separation, not sure where you're going to live, how you're going to make money. All of this is absolutely normal. So just know you're not going crazy. You don't need to take any pills unless it's something that's very serious. I don't recommend taking medication because this is your soul awakening you to your true power and essence. So of course there are some symptoms, and there's serious symptoms not to be taken lightly. But when you're guided with the right guidance, you understand that this is a process and that we're all going through it right now, all of us without exception. And there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to have a lighter body. You're going to be happy, free from the cage that you probably put yourself in. And you're going to be free to express the fullness of who you are. So you have to look at it positively. I know when you're in the middle of an awakening, it's hard to see the positive. There's a lot of chaos, but with the chaos comes the light. With the chaos comes opportunity. With the chaos comes the real you. So what are these symptoms? When I first had the Kundalini energy circulate in my body, I felt tingling in my fingers and in my feet, cold energy. It's because the light is starting to circulate. Your heart chakra might be starting to open. It might have been closed your whole life, like in my case it was. And so this energy of very, very powerful energy of light is starting to circulate in your body. And so you might have, like I said, cold feet. You might have to wear socks at night. That is totally normal. You might lose weight or gain weight. Again, that is totally normal. I had lost a lot of weight. I had trouble keeping up. I had periods of time where I was purging old emotions, sadness, resentments. So I didn't feel like eating so much. And so it's totally normal. Some people gain weight as a sort of like a protection mechanism. No matter where you find yourself, just know that it's totally normal. One other thing is that you might feel lonely. You might feel lonely. You might feel like isolating yourself from friends, longtime friends, family. That is absolutely normal, my friends, because you're changing and your environment might not be. The people in your environment may not be awakening at the same time as you are. So you might feel strange. You might feel different. You might feel like you want to just meditate and stay in your little cocoon with a warm blanket. And your friends, you might not want to go to bars anymore, restaurants. All of that external stuff might not appeal to you so much anymore. That is totally normal. It's okay to take a break from your relationships. It's okay to take a break from your entourage. I remember when I started going through my awakening, I rented a little house by a lake and I isolated myself from family and friends because I needed to process. I needed to heal so much of my past and a lot of things. So I isolated myself in a shack. It wasn't a shack, it was a beautiful cottage, but it was in the woods, it was in the country, and it was a very, very important time for me to go through that. And yes, it was lonely. There were times of very profound loneliness, but it's when you're in that alone time and that loneliness that you can really connect to yourself. You have to reconnect to your soul. Most of us never were connected to our spirits. We were always projecting ourselves outwards, trying to cater to other people, what they needed from us, trying to make things happen, money, career, blah, blah, blah. We never took time for ourselves. We rarely did connect to what our spirit was telling us to do, our hearts were telling us to do, and we really, really need to reconnect with our soul. That is how you heal. That's how you heal childhood wounds. That is how you heal emotional wounds. And that's how you heal yourself from the exterior world, by going back inside. So tell yourself, if you feel lonely, it's totally normal. Just know that it's meant to be this way so that you can heal yourself and come back whole. The objective is to make yourself sovereign, strong, complete, and whole. Another symptom might be headaches. If you have headaches, it's because your pineal gland is opening up, your chakra here, your third eye is opening, and it can give you massive headaches. I went through it, massive headaches, migraines. Don't take any medication for that, even over-the-counter stuff. Just go for a walk out in nature. Nature is so helpful when you're going through your awakening journey. It's super, super powerful, can help you. So lie down, take a nap, go outside, drink lots of water, and don't medicate yourself. It's part of the process. You're going to have headaches, maybe pressure. You feel pressure around your head. It's absolutely normal. You might have times where all you want to do is cry. I went through that last April. I would go see a movie. At the time, there weren't any restrictions or anything like that. And I spent a lot of time in the movie theater. Once a week, I would go see a movie and I would just cry, let it all out. Even if it wasn't necessarily a sad movie, but I just felt like I had to purge all these tears that were just coming. Just let it out. It's very important not to block your emotions, to let it out. It's part of the cleansing process that comes with the spiritual awakening. So that's another symptom. If you feel like a lot of emotions are coming to the surface, just let it out. Go for a walk in nature, hug a tree, let it all out. It's super, super, super important. So I've talked about weight. I talked about temperature changes. I've talked about isolation, loneliness. You might feel as though your work, your career is no longer fitting for you. That happens to most of us on the awakening journey. Or maybe it's just time to take a break from your work, or to do something else on the side. So there's many alternatives during this time. I know that for me, I was writing books as I was going through the awakening, and one of the books ended up being quite spiritual. So I was writing things that I was going through. No matter where you are at in your career, it's okay to take time off, to ask for time off, to take paid leave if you need to. Don't worry about money. You will be provided. The universe always provides. You need to be confident of this. You need to have faith that you are always supported. And during the spiritual awakening journey, there are some initiations. We need to learn to let go of the past, let go of things. I had a wardrobe filled with designer clothes. It's no longer fitting to who I am now. So I sold a lot of it on eBay, on Marketplace, on Poshmark, and all other kinds of platforms, because I had to learn to detach from trying to prove myself to society. I had to learn to detach from all that material stuff to come back inside and feed my soul. So I sold a ton of it, and I made money, made good money, and it was one of the ways that money came in for me during the peak of my awakening journey. I sold art, I sold jewelry, I sold clothes. I sold a lot of the things that no longer represented the new me, the light Isabel, the light-filled Isabel, the one who's here as a spiritual teacher and a teacher about eco-fashion. So don't worry, you are always provided. Listen to your intuition. Our intuition is always guiding us. My intuition guided me to create a podcast about eco-fashion, to create this channel, and to write books, more spiritual books, to help people going through this process. I'm also a personal coach. If you're going through this awakening journey, I do one-on-one sessions as well. So all of this to say that it's a time of great change for all of us. You might be going through chaos. I'm here to remind you that it's all for the better. It's all for the good. It's all for the awakening of your soul, so that you can be whole and complete, independent, sovereign, and aligned with your true life mission. I've done other videos on the soul mission, your purpose. We all have a purpose, and we have to get on that purpose, because that's what we came here to do. We came here to be happy. We came here to be free. We came here to be joyful. So that is what you are here to do. And if you're in the middle of it, if you're in the middle of the pressure cooker of the awakening journey, just remember that there's a purpose to this. It's meant to make you grow. It's meant to make you shine and to become a light being. So I hope this video was helpful. If you need any guidance, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm here for you during this time of great change. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for listening to my videos. Thank you for reading my books. And until next time for another video. Bye for now.